The top 3 questions that I always get about DNA services. Well, we're going to talk about it. Stay tuned. Hey Business Besties, welcome back to another video with your girl. And today we are just going to be talking about some of the things I felt like I thought I talked about. I'm pretty sure I have, but also understanding that we get new subscribers every day and they may just click on a video and not go to your actual channel and scroll down and see all the different videos you have. And I understand it because I'm like that sometimes too. I might find you on a specific video and then I might don't have the time to go through your whole channel. So I get it. So we're gonna talk about it, all right? That's okay. So of course, you know your girl have to pull out her handy dandy little phone because I wrote them down. So question number 1, do I need a certification or CLIA to offer DNA testing? Absolutely not. There is no CLIA needed because you're not actually doing the testing in your lab, or even if you were a mobile collector, you're not actually doing the testing and the results. You're doing the collection itself. There is a difference. We are the collectors and we send those specimens to a lab and they give us the results, and then in return we give the results to the client. Okay, so there is no need to have a CLIA for that because you're not doing any rapid testing inside where you're actually giving them the results right then and there. Okay, also there is no certification for DNA. Reason being is because the labs pretty much tell you what needs to be done. They lay everything out for you. And I do understand there are a lot of people out here saying that they certify people for DNA. Technically, it's not a certification. It's just you going to them for knowledge and they're giving you their knowledge. And in return, it's almost kind of like you getting a certification of completion with their class, whoever they may be. I don't actually offer a real DNA class because there is no certification and the process is pretty simple. That's why I do have it laid out in my ebook. When I say if you literally follow the ebook step by step, it tells you everything that you need. It also has a video showing you how to actually do the swab. It's very short, but it's straight to the point and it gives you exactly what you need. Okay. So if you haven't grabbed it and you're watching this video and you've been interested and you're new here, you haven't had the opportunity to click on any of my links and go into my stand store, it is there. And I will actually link it in the comments as well. Like I said, you don't need a certification. DNA, if you watch any of my videos, I tell you how simple the process is and how profitable the margin is, okay? The rest is in the ebook, and when I tell you, it breaks it all down for you and you will make a bag, okay? But that also depends on you, and I have talked about that as well. So, but that wasn't the question, so we're not about to get into that. We stick it to the script, okay? Okay, so question number 2, I get this all the time, probably more than question number 1, okay? Which is, how do I get clients and referrals? I'm gonna make this simple because I can't go into too much detail, and y'all know why. Because when you do an ebook and people actually value, you know, their business and value your content and your education, then they want to, you know, invest in themselves. And a lot of people have invested in my DNA ebook guide. So therefore, I would feel real bad if I had some people pay and then I sit on a public free platform and just give all the tea after people already invested their money. So I'm very strategic on what I will put out there, but we will talk about simple things. Some of the services that you can do, which can help you get clients, will be if you're offering immigration DNA testing. When you think of immigration, what do you think? How would you go out and find a client who is interested in immigration testing? Where would you go? Most likely some type of lawyer's office, right? Without giving out too much. If you were doing paternity, who would probably need paternity, and where would you find that person or those that group of people? Postmortem. When you think of postmortem, what do you think about? That's probably where you would advertise. And what's another one? Infidelity. Infidelity is really climbing up on the charts in the DNA field right now. So where would you market that to? There's a place where you can market all of that under one platform, but it also takes you to get out here and find out who that target audience is for those services. And just listening to them should already kind of tell you where to go and who to market to. You know what I'm saying? Without saying too much. So yeah, that's question number 2 that I get all the time. How do I get clients and where do I get my referrals from? I actually don't get referrals like a lot of referrals. A lot of my clients, honestly, I had to go out here and hustle too, whether it was me taking my welcome folders and showing up or me calling and sending emails. It all took me to put that work in to be able to receive clients. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people find me on my GMB and they contact me, and then we make appointments and we go from there. And yes, I offer mobile and on-site. So it hasn't been hard, but that's not a service that I get every single day. It's very profitable and I wish I did get more, but I don't. That's just not my primary service that I offer. And I get them when they come in, or the more work I put into it, the more clients I see out of it. And that's something that I want everybody that's watching this video to understand. I don't care what services you offer in your business. Nobody is coming to beat down your door, okay? Especially if you want consistency. Yes, you will get some people that reach out to you depending on how you got your business structured to the public, whether it's social media, Google, whatever. But most of the time, you're going to have to go out here and make a very good impression for these people to use you as their collection site, okay? There's not a lot of, it's not like TPA services like for drug testing. You know what I'm saying? DNA is something totally different. You got to get out here and you got to get it out the mud and really get your boots to the ground, okay? Belt to ass. Because nobody is just, I'm gonna send all my people over there. No, but you can make some really good lasting impressions. And some, especially attorney offices, if you do a great job with them, communication is open and you can get their clients in and out. Most likely they will continue to use you, especially if they didn't have anyone that was already doing a good job before you. Also, with that, target like newer companies, newer lawyer offices, newer doctor offices and stuff like that, that's just setting up their clinics and they haven't really gotten their go-to person yet. Put yourself in that category if you're able to. Question number 3. People always want to know, how much does it cost to get started and like what your fees are. And I know for sure I have talked about this, but since we're talking about the top 3 questions that's asked of me in DNA, let's talk about it. So let me see. How do I want to do this? Let's start off with cost first. So if you're on mobile, it pretty much won't cost you nothing but your time, mileage, and your marketing. However much you want to budget into that, that's what it's going to cost you because you don't have the overhead of an office. If you have an office, most likely you're probably doing other things in that office. So you're just taking all your services together and whatever that income is, it covers the cost of your services. So I would say anybody starting a mobile DNA collection, you probably can get this started if you just, not like I said, I think I just did a video on this not that long ago, but hey, it's top 3. So I would say give yourself a budget anywhere between $100 to $300. $100 to $300. Because you got to remember, there is no certifications, there is no CLIA, there is no office space, because if you're doing it mobile, the lab is sending you the supplies. If you do a Google page, that's free. Social media marketing is free. So honestly, you really don't need no money up front besides your marketing materials, and that you will need. There's no way I would advise you to walk into somebody's office with no type of marketing materials to show who you are and what you represent, which is your brand, your company. So I would say you could definitely do that less than $100. It just depends on how much you want, how much marketing materials you get, and who you're getting those materials from. If you use Canva, you can get a lot of that stuff done for you, like by yourself, like literally using templates, putting your information on, using your branding colors, and boom, get you some marketing materials, whether it's a flyer, a brochure, and some business cards. You can get all that done on Canva. So I would say $100. And then if you was gonna be like incorporating your business, like I always tell people, you don't have to incorporate your business if it's something you're just doing as a side hustle just to see if you really want to get into it. But if you don't If you do end up really enjoying the service, you see it's profitable and you want to get into it, of course you will need money to get your LLC and stuff, business bank accounts and stuff like that. But it's really, really affordable, y'all. I would say less than $100 or no more than $100 if you're mobile and you're just starting out and you're not incorporating your business. And then the second part of that is, how much do I charge? I would say do your market research on your area. My area and your area may be two different things. It may be two different places. You might be in New Mexico and I'm all the way up here in Georgia. You might be in Cali or New York or Chicago or hell, Wyoming. Your area and your market may charge $500 for just say informational DNA, and your lab may charge you $200. That's a $300 profit for you. You know what I'm saying? Here, it could be totally different. So I don't like to get into prices because of that. I just feel like when I say do your market research means reach out to areas and companies in your area that's doing the same thing as you. Whether it's you checking out their website, you giving them a call and act like you're scheduling. Hey, how much is an informational paternity test? How much is a legal paternity test? Write those numbers down. Call about a good 5 companies that's near you within your vicinity that you will be competing with, and find out what their prices is and base your prices on that. You can go a little lower than them. You can go the same as them. You can meet somewhere in the middle. You can be higher, however you want, whatever you feel like your profit needs to be is solely on you. I do know some mobile collectors, they're able to charge a lot less because they don't have any overhead like that besides their time and their mileage, and sometimes they include that in their price. So that was my top 3 questions that I get asked for DNA services. Of course, I get asked questions all the time, but like I said, I have a lot of videos out there and I do have the ebook. So anybody who is interested in doing DNA, the new year is coming, okay? Christmas is also right around the corner, whatever you see fit. If you need more detailed information, then all you have to do is click the link in the description box. My stand store is there and you can get my guide. It tells you step by step what to do, who to market to. The only thing I don't get into in that like that is pricing, and that's because people are in different areas. I kind of gave you a scenario on what you could charge, but once again, that's depending on your area, okay? I would never tell somebody to charge the same exact as somebody else in a whole nother city or state, and then they outmarket themselves and now they sitting over here with no clients. So yeah, I don't advise in that. Market research is everything when it comes to pricing. But yeah, the ebook is available, been available. Thanks to everybody who has already gotten it. I have did a lot of one-on-one calls after y'all got the ebook, and y'all really be picking my brain, and I love that. I actually got a call tonight at 6 o'clock and I'm super excited about it. I love when I get the one-on-one calls because then you get me. And in those calls I share. Now, in the last call I did, she was like, I know you don't really want to talk about your prices, but can you give me a little general? I said, baby, you booked the call, you can get the pricing. I can break my pricing down for you with no issues, because now you have me one-on-one, and then we can go further into depth and detail. So, like I said, I'm always here, even if it's any questions for any videos that y'all see me put out there. If y'all want to book a one-on-one call with me, book the one-on-one call. I will put the stand store in the comments, but y'all, I gotta go because this video seemed like it's way too much. And I just wanted to really touch on those questions because those are like the most frequently asked questions to me for my DNA services. And I just wanted to answer them for y'all. And then I don't know what the next video is going to be about, but stay encouraged, stay focused, and just remember, no matter what, you got this, because we all started from the bottom and we're working our way to the top. Peace.